Hi all, today we are going to see how we can use UIKit in our SwiftUI. Like if you are an iOS developer from the pretty older times, so you must worked on the UIKit, or if you have started learning SwiftUI recently, you must heard about the UIKit components. Like uh, UIKit is pretty stable and SwiftUI is evolving right now, and some of the components which Apple developed in the UIKit are more stable, and in the SwiftUI are not available right now. So most probably when you are working in the SwiftUI, you might find the need to use the UIKit components in your SwiftUI classes. Or if you are working in a some older project, so you might already created some of your components in UIKit. Now you have started using SwiftUI in your project. So there could be a case like you have to use your existing UIKit components in your UI in your SwiftUI classes, or the new components that you are creating in the SwiftUI, you might need to use the existing UIKit components. So let's get started. So here, these two are the protocols: UIViewRepresentable and UIViewControllerRepresentable. UIViewRepresentable mainly used to convert your UI view into the Swift UI. Like these two protocols are making your UI kit classes or the controllers or the view components compatible to the Swift UI views. So UI view representable are mainly used for the UI view uh, which are already developed in your UI kit. Example, UI text field, UI text view, UI button. So these are the components are converted into Swift UI with the help of UI view representable. And UI view controller representable are mainly helpful to convert the complete view controller into the Swift UI. Example, UI image picker view controller, or recent which is now converted into PH photo picker view controller. So these are kind of a controller like which you can convert to use into the Swift UI. So to demonstrate this, I have created a demo app. So let's dive into the demo app. This is the new Swift UI project which we have created, and so these are the default things. So let's remove this at least and create one text field, title, name, hello text, and to bind the text, let's create one state where let's give this some default value and create one new class to demonstrate UI view representable. So new file, let's create it Swift file UI view representable, and let's remove this, create one struct, name UI text field view representable, as this is the kind of a name which I am preferring because we are going to convert our UI text field into the representable. So this must conforms to the UI view representable. Now it might give error as we need to like import Swift UI. Now this start giving an error. So this error is about Like UI view representable wants to know which type of UI kit component you want to convert to SwiftUI. So like let me fix this and see UI view type. It is asking me UI view type. So this would be UI text field. Now you will see the magic. All the methods which are there in the UI view representable get converted itself, transformed to the UI text field view. Now if I conform to this, now instead of UI view, they have smartly detected I'm going to convert the UI text field to the Swift UI. So I guess I don't need this now. We can remove this. And these two are the methods which we are going to use. So make UI view is used to initiate or to initialize our component, our UIKit component. So this called only once when we are initializing our UIKit component, and this update UI view calls to communicate from SwiftUI to UIKit. So communication, this method is used for communication from SwiftUI to UIKit. We will see in a while how we are going to use this. Let's make a text field here. So let text field UI text field dot text hello UIKit text field and return this text field from here. Now if we can use this UI text field view representable in here, like if I just place it like this, now hello UI kit text field. Now we cannot see the border, but yeah, we can see it's there. So let's do set the frame height 55, as it is looking quite big. Now they are looking bit closer, and set some background color, UI color dot which one, we can see green, or so this is the UI kit text field which we have used in our Swift UI is the green color. So let's make it differentiate the Swift UI text field, so and the UIKit text field. So simply make one more V stack and write the text label. This is UIKit text field and create V stack here for Swift UI text field. Now we can differentiate, and let's give some background color to this text field also. Dot green. Okay, let's give this green also. And now we can see we need to give some frame also. Dot frame height 55. Now this appear nicer. So this is fine. Now what we need to do, we can see as we have bind this text to this text field, and we can write text here, text component, and given this text to this component, so we can see whatever if we are typing here is coming up. Yeah, so this is reflecting, this is working fine. Now what about this text field? So we are typing here but nothing happens to here. So and we can, so now let's establish the connection between the SwiftUI and the UIKit. For this, let's create binding where here, which is of type string. And now what do you think if I give this text here? So will it work? Definitely no, because this make UI will called only once when we initialize the text field. So when we are changing this text, so this will definitely not going to call. So how this work? Let's see. So instead of giving this text here, so let's give some placeholder, attributed placeholder, give here ns attributed string and give some name, type here, and we need to give some attributes like this is a array in which we can give attributes like foreground color, and it's a key value pair. So UI color dot red, just an example, I have given the red color to this placeholder of this text field. Like this functionality is not yet introduced in SwiftUI. You cannot give custom color to your placeholder in the SwiftUI text field. So this might be the reason you need to use the UIKit components in your SwiftUI. So now when we going to change the text field, right? So there are some of the delegates, like if you are from the SwiftUI background or UIKit background, then you must know what the delegates are. So so text field has a delegates. So we need to define whenever we are going to change something in the text field, so delegates get called and we can update the text. So let's define the text field dot delegate to, we need to define some class so that we can assign the delegates to that class. So let's create one more class here we called as coordinator, and coordinator should conform to UI text field delegates, text field delegate. So the coordinator, as we have defined the class within a struct. So this is not a good practice to define a class within a struct, but I'm going to use these coordinators only just for the reference to this UI text field view presentable, only in this reference. So I'm just defining this class here, so which we are usually doing in defining our view representables. So this doesn't, now it start giving me an error. So to conform to the NS object protocol, so I need to conform this to the NS object protocol to define the interoperability between the Objective-C and Swift and SwiftUI basically. So whenever there is changing happens, so like some of the delegates are defined in the Objective-C. So to create the interoperability, I need to conform to the NS object protocol as well. NS object. So now I guess this error should go away. And now here, one more error here. So your text field representable does not conform to the protocol. As I have defined the coordinator, now there is one more method. You can see make coordinator. If I conform to this, it starts appearing. So this is asking me to return the coordinator. So here I need to return this coordinator object here. And now I can define the delegates in this coordinator class, and we can give this text field dot delegate to the context dot coordinator. Now, what is this context here? As this make coordinator is the method which is called automatically, and this context is the current reference of this view representable. So the context has this coordinator instance also, coordinator object also. So we can reference to the current context, and in the current context to the coordinator. So it will point out to this coordinator only. So this is the flow that is going to work behind the scene. So the context automatically get the coordinator instance, coordinator object. So like, as this make coordinator method also called itself, right? We are not calling this make coordinator method. So this will bind this coordinator object to the current context. Now we can define the changes here. Now I can define the text field delegate method. Text field did change selection. So whenever there is a change in the text field, so this is mainly used to communicate between UIKit to SwiftUI. Now we are communicating with the help of the coordinators from UIKit to the SwiftUI, and this update UI will communicate from SwiftUI to UIKit. Now, as whenever we are going to change in the text field, we need to update some variable. So like here we are binding, we are getting the updated value here. We need to define the binding similar to this here also, and create some initializer which should be of type binding, of type string, and self dot, like this is the binding, we are accessing the value, and we need to pass the binding here also in this object, text binding, which is with the money sign and with this text. So we have passed this binding to our coordinator, and now whenever there is a change in the text field, so our binding get updated. So this is an optional value, so we can mark it with a default string. So this should work fine. Now if we go to our content view, and we are getting error here also, so we need to pass this binding here also. If we get it fixed, and we need to pass with a money sign with this text here also. Now this should compile fine. Let's wait. So now let's make it little bit zoom here. Like if I'm typing, see, this is working fine, this is working expected. If I'm changing in the UIKit text field, our SwiftUI text field is updating, and again the text variable here I have defined the text, this text actually, so is updating also. So like this is UIKit text field, so this is working fine. So we are communicating from UIKit to the SwiftUI. Yeah, this is fine. Now let's change here. So this is SwiftUI text field. If you see, the UIKit text field is not updated. However, when we are changing our SwiftUI text field, so the changes are not reflecting to our UIKit. Now this method here, which we have defined to receive the communication from SwiftUI to UIKit, comes into picture. So here now you can write text field. Now text field, we have used it here as a UIView dot text is equal to this text. So now let's see what happens here. This is SwiftUI text field. Now we have communicated our changes from SwiftUI to the UIKit also. So this is pretty good. We can communicating to and fro from SwiftUI to UIKit and from UIKit to the SwiftUI. Now there is one more thing. We can define custom modifiers also. Like here we have defined the type here as a placeholder, which is the hard-coded value. Let me just show you how you can create your own custom modifiers with in the UIKit component while using the UIKit components. Or like, let's see here, let's define variable here where placeholder as an empty string and give this placeholder here. And now let's create an extension to this UI text field view representable and create some function to placeholder, and given this type string is of type string, I have just given a name, and now return this here. Now if we let view equal to self and view dot placeholder is the string that we are getting, and here return view, we need to make it var. So now this is working fine. We have created an extension and defined this function here. Now let's go to in the content view, and here is our UI text field representation. Now you can give the placeholder name to type your name. So sorry, it's your name. Now you can see how we can use the modifiers in this UI text field view representable. With the help of the view representable, you can define your own custom modifiers also. So guys, that's it for this today's video. Hope you like the video. Please do like, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Thank you.